Hello everyone, myself Athira and I am a volunteer of Shivi Forensic. Today I am going to present a topic related to lip print for criminal investigation purpose. In this PPT, I am gonna talk about lip print for criminal investigation. That is, how we can utilize the lip print of a person is useful for the criminal identification. Before that, we should learn about some aspects like what is lip print, what is stereoscopy, and what are the history of lip print, anatomy of lip, what are the various classification which are included in the lip print, forensic significance of lip prints, how we can collect a lip print at a crime scene, what are the limitations of lip print as in forensic evidence, etc. So let's start. A lip print refers to the unique pattern of lines, grooves, and wrinkles present on the lip. As we know, the fingerprints are considered unique to each other and even among identical twins, as like the lip print also, which are unique pattern of lines. So, which is considered unique to each other individual. So, here we used to these unique patterns of lines, grooves, and wrinkles that are present on lip for the criminal identification purpose. So, the study of these patterns of lips in forensic science we called as stereoscopy. A lip print can serve as a critical evidence in forensic investigation. Such cases involving murder, burglary, sexual assault, kidnap, drug abuse, etc. So, here the criminals can be unintentionally left the lip print on surfaces like glass, paper, or maybe in clothing, tape, or cigarette butts, etc. So, these can be utilized to connect a suspect to a crime scene. If we talk about history of lip print, the famous anthropologist R. Fisher in 1902, he was first described the biological phenomenon of arrangement of furrows on the lips. After, in 1932, a famous criminologist, Edmund Locard, mentioned the use of lip print for the identification of individuals. After the Lemoyne Snyder, who suggested using a lip print for identification in his 1950 book Homicide Investigation. In 1960, Dr. Martin Sandoz further suggested the lip features that can be used for the individual identification, and also he given a classification of lip print. In 1967, Suzuki was done a detailed study of lip prints. Later in 1971, Suzuki and Suji Hashi conducted a study and given their own classification of lip print. In 1990, Kaspresa conducted a research for the period of 5 years on 1,500 persons to elaborate the practical use of lip print. Next, if we talk about the anatomical structure of lip print is a transition zone between the skin of the face and the oral cavity. The red part of lip is called as vermilion zone, which covered by specialized squamous epithelium. Then we have vermilion border. This is basically an outer edge of the lips which define the area where the skin meets the mucous membrane of the lips. This is darker in color compared to the rest of the skin, is due to the increased number of blood vessels. And we have philtrum, cupid bow, labial commissures. If we talk about philtrum, the vertical grooves located in the center of the upper lip running from the bottom of the nose to the top of the lips. If we talk about cupid bow, the shape formed by the upper lip which has a characteristic M shape or bow shape at the center. This is a distinguishing features of the upper lips outline. Then we have labial commissures, or it's also called as the corners of the mouth. These are the points where the upper and lower lips meet at the side of the mouth. The corners are flexible, so which can allow a lips to move for speech and facial expression. Then, if we talk about the lip prints classification, then the lip prints can be classified various based on the grooves that are present on the lips. The first classification is in 1960. Dr. Martin Sandoz, he classified the lip prints into two categories. The first one, simple, and the second one, compound. If the lips are formed by only one element, which is called simple lip prints. It can be a straight line, or maybe a curve, or maybe angular form. Then, in other hand, if they are formed of several elements which called as compound, it can be bifurcated or trifurcated. Then, in 1971, Suzuki and Tsujihashi classified the lip print as 5 types based on the grooves that are present on the lips. It can be complete vertical, maybe partial vertical, or branched, or intersected, or maybe reticular and irregular shape. Then, after that, in 1919, Kras-Prsak was conducted a research for the period of 5 years on 1,500 persons, and he suggested some of the features that are present in the lips, which is used for the individualization and comparison purpose. So, at last, based on the lip print that are found at the crime scene, the lip print can be classified as visible prints, latent prints, and plastic prints, or it also called as 3D prints. The visible prints are nothing but these prints are clearly visible to the naked eye. So, which is not need any special treatment for developing. When the lips are come into contact with the surface, they leave an impression due to the substance like lipstick or fruit residues. So, we can found the lip print on objects like glasses, mirror, cigarette or skin. Then next we have latent prints. These prints are not visible to the naked eye, so which require enhancement technique to make them visible. So these are produced by the natural secretions of oil or moisture from the lips. So these prints are commonly left on smooth or non-porous surfaces like glass, metal or plastic. Then we have plastic prints, which is also called 3D prints. They are the 3-dimensional prints which are appear as impression on soft or malleable surfaces. Example like the substances like wax, gum or fresh paint. So next we are going to talk about the forensic significance of lip prints, how the lip prints can be helpful for the person identification. If we talk about fingerprints, we all know the fingerprints are unique to each other. So they can be used to person identification. Likewise, our lip prints are also unique patterns, so which can be used to establish the identity of a person. So especially in cases like where the other biometric data that is unavailable. So next, it is a crime scene evidence or a corroborative evidence. The lip prints can be found on objects such as cup, glasses, cigarette, envelope or clothing, and also in food items in crime scene. So they provide a physical evidence that is linking to a suspect to a location or an object. Then next we have sex determination. The various studies that have shown differences in lip print patterns between males and females, so which will be allow for preliminary gender identification. So next we have age estimation. In changing the lip characteristics can sometimes indicate individual's age range. The location of a lip print on an object which may be provide insights into a suspect action or a position during the commission of a crime. And also we can estimate the smoking habit of a person by identifying a lip print. The lip print also be a corroborative evidence. So we can use these lip prints with other forensic evidence such as DNA or fingerprints, which will help investigation to strengthen the case. If we get traces of saliva, we can use it to extract DNA for the identification purpose. So This all we can link the lip print into an individual conclusively. Then if we talk about the collection of lip prints, the lip prints can be collected various methods, such as we can use photography technique, we can use fingerprint powder technique, we can use chemical methods also. These all methods we can use to collect fingerprint at a crime scene. Then first we have photography technique. If we talk about photography technique, a high resolution images are taken to document the lip prints before any further handling. So this will helpful for the identification of person and also which will admissible to the court as a forensic evidence. Then next if we talk about powder development, which will similar to fingerprint collection, the powders are used to enhance and lift the lip prints. So this technique is usually used for non-porous surfaces such as glass, marble, metal, etc. The powder will adhere to the residue in the print via selective mechanical adherence because of a pressure diffusion mechanism created inside the powder particle due to its curvature of meniscus. This is the principle of forensic fingerprint powder method. So the choices of fingerprint powder which will depend upon the surfaces. There are various surfaces like porous surface, non-porous surface and semi-porous surface. So depending on these surfaces, we can utilize the fingerprint powders. The different type of powders that we can use for powder technique will include black powder, magnetic powder, fluorescent powder, and also we have grey powder method, white powder method, etc. By using these powders, we can develop the lip print in a crime scene. Then next we have chemical methods. The chemical methods are used of reagents like ninhydrin, silver nitrate or iodine fuming, which will help to use to visualize the latent fingerprints at a crime scene. If we talk about the iodine fuming will work for porous surfaces. The principle of iodine fuming, the iodine vapors are absorbed by liquids, that is sebaceous content that are present in the lip prints, which will create a temporary brown image. So this can be fixed by benzoyl flavin. Then if we talk about the ninhydrin method, the ninhydrin are react with primary or secondary amine, which will give a dark purple product which will called romance purple. The amino acids are stable compound, so this can have affinity for cellulose. Thus, they do not migrate at any significant extent. As the result, very old latent mark also we can develop by using ninhydrin. For instance, we have if in case we have 40 years of old latent lip prints, this can be also been recorded by using ninhydrin method. Then we have silver nitrate technique. The silver nitrate technique we will use for react with salt present in sweat to produce a dark brown or black stain. This method suitable for porous surfaces and involved applying a silver nitrate solution followed by exposure to light to develop the prints. These are some chemical methods that we can use to collect a lip. If we talk about limitations of lip print as a forensic evidence, first we have quality of prints. The good quality of prints only be helpful for the analysis and comparing purpose of a lip print. If we have smudged or incomplete prints, which will be difficult to analysis purpose, the lip print has to be obtained within 24 hours after death. Otherwise, the postmortem changes will alter the lips. This will help affect the quality of prints. Then, if we talk about the environmental factors like temperature, humidity or exposure to sunlight, this can be degraded the lip print over time. Then, if we compare to the fingerprint, unlike the fingerprint, we have for the fingerprint analysis, we have well established method and classification system. Then, if we compare to lip print, we have lack standardization method. So, there is no universal standard for lip print collection and analysis purpose. If we talk about the legal acceptance, we already talked that lip prints are a corroborative evidence, so which may not always be admissible in court. At the last, I have shared one case study that related lip print how we can use it for a forensic evidence for the criminal investigation purpose. In the overall, we talked about what is lip prints and how we can use the lip print for the identification of a person, age estimation, sex estimation, etc. And also we can how we can collect a lip print at a crime scene. What are the various methods that we can use to collect a lip print at a crime scene? Then what are the limitations of lip print as a forensic evidence? And we talked about the classifications of lip prints that based on the grooves that are present on the lips and the anatomy of lips, etc. So that's the overall presentation that I have shared. So overall we can say that lip prints are exactly like fingerprints. We can consider these lip prints are unique to each individual even among identical twins. So here I am concluding my presentation. Thank you for watching.